All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. This is usually Big Nate Gaming, but today we're going to do something a little different. I am live right now on YouTube and on Twitch. But if you're following me on YouTube or subscribe to me on YouTube, I know that this is going out to you as well. I'm going to get straight into it here. National Weather Service has put in a tornado watch until 9 p.m. this evening. Give me one moment here while I get things pulled up here. Uh, oops. Okay. Tornado watch has been issued until 9 p.m. You can see already severe thunderstorms are going up over Conowal in between Purcell and Winnett. And there is a new cell that has developed in the last 20 minutes on the southeast side of Lindsay and Maysville. All of these storms are tracking off to the northeast. Now, here is Sulphur and Davis. Sulphur and Davis right now, nothing to worry about. There's no severe activity near you. I am keeping a close watch on this for more development back to the southeast. Right now, however, I'm not seeing anything forming, excuse me, to the southeast of Murray County. Everything's from Garvin County up to the north to Pontotoc County and eventually up into Seminole County. So for right now, severe thunderstorm warning for the Conowal area. Uh, Judging by the way it looks, there may be a little bit of rotation with it, or at least it's trying to get its act together. There might be some slight rotation in that, but nothing major at this time. Watching this cell that is north of Rosedale and just east of Purcell. But thank you for tuning in. If you're from southern Oklahoma, let me know where you're watching from. That way I can keep a close watch on your area and give you up to date information on when storms may come into your area. All of these have that classic supercell development look to them. Every single one of them has an inflow notch on them, even the one that is not severe down towards the Lindsay area. So these are going to have to be watched very closely as the day goes on. Already showing some decent sized hail near the Conowal area. And also, if you're anywhere near Highway 39, there's some hail that is fixing to cross the highway there. Sorry, still here, just going through some things, making sure all my lives are up and running. All right, so that's showing I'm live and I'm going. Okay, and that's all I needed to find out. So once again, still watching this cell near the over Conoway area. It is showing some intensification. There is a hook that is developing. If you live in Conoway, I would go ahead and probably have your ideal location picked out for a storm shelter because there is a hook on the back end of that storm that will be crossing your area here very shortly. As you can see, so is this storm west of Winnett. That's crossing Highway 39, fixing to go over State Highway 3, it looks like. And then the storm that is south of Lindsay and west of Maysville. That storm also is developing a hook and needs to be watched carefully. Right now, other than some other storms going off or going on in the eastern part of Oklahoma, this is all we have for southern Oklahoma. We have the storm that is in Pontotoc County moving into Seminole County. We have the one severe thunderstorm warning for Garvin, or I'm sorry, not Garvin County, but this is going to be for the Cleveland County, or yeah, Cleveland and Pottawatomie. And then this one strong cell that is in Garvin County. All storms are moving off to the northeast. And let's see, they're moving off to the northeast at 10 miles an hour. So this cell over Cornwall not moving very fast. Let's see, and this one is okay. So pretty much all these storms are moving slowly, about 10 miles an hour. And there is some new development that has just popped up near Byers, in between Byers and Winnett. That will be crossing Highway 177 within the next few minutes. It is just north of Highway 59. So, to anyone who's watching, where are you watching from? How's your day going today? I honestly was going to come on live today and stream 7 Days to Die, but Mother Nature had other plans, so I thought I'd hop on here and discuss the weather that we had going on today. We are under a tornado watch until 9 p.m. tonight. So anything that forms in the tornado watch area has the likelihood of becoming tornadic, much like we seen last night in northern Oklahoma with the tornado that touched down near Enid. As of right now, just in southern Oklahoma, there is three big cells and one little cell that's trying to form. This boundary, it looks like a boundary setting up here near Pauls Valley down to Duncan. That may have to be watched for more development because that could just be riding those those storms could be riding along that boundary. So it looks like a special weather statement has been issued. This is slightly out of my viewing area, but it's going to be central Haskell and southern or southeastern Muskogee counties. Wow, having issues talking today. I apologize for that. Those storms, that storm actually is moving east at 20 miles an hour. So I'm going to take a look at this Conowal storm a little bit closely here. This is the back end of the storm is what I'm watching closely. That is what's trying to wrap around, trying to form the hook. And let's go to velocity mode here. There is rotation with that. And let's see, marks in the same area. It does. So this area is the area that needs to be watched for the potential for tornado development. It honestly would not surprise me if a tornado warning doesn't come out soon for that cell. for Seminole and Pottawatomie County. That storm will be tracking off up towards Holdenville, Spalding, and may graze south of Wewoka. Other cell that I'm watching is north of Rosedale and Winnett. Doesn't look, as far as rotation wise, like the hook, it doesn't look like the Kanawha cell. But then again, it's still early on and it could be trying to organize. And then going back, okay, they have issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Garvin County and McLean County until 3:15 p.m. The storm was located 5 miles south of Lindsay, moving east at 10 miles an hour. So that storm is now taking off to the east. Still moving slow, but it is moving into an environment that is stable. And I was going to say stable enough, but atmosphere is definitely not stable today. But it's moving into an environment that is rich for severe weather development with the possibility of tornadoes. 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter-size hail is associated with that storm. If you live in Maysville, Antioch, or Aaron Springs, your locations have been issued in the warning. So moving off at 10 miles an hour, let's see if I can get a storm check put on that. Take it out as far as I can go here. All right, so Paoli, 454, Pauls Valley, 507, Byers, 616, and Stratford, 645. Still hours away from your locations, but it should pick up speed within the next little bit. Quarter size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds are associated with that storm. This is in my immediate viewing area, so I will be keeping a close eye on this cell. But I'm also going to keep my eye on this cell that is off to the northeast of it. And that cell in Kanawha is looking more impressive now than it has in the last few radar scans. And so is the storm north of Byers. The cell that is in Pottawatomie and Cleveland County, it's looking more intense. So this is a now volatile situation for southern Oklahoma. Multiple supercells are lining up. We got four, actually, three big supercells and one that is still developing. And right now, there's still nothing to the south of that. So right now, Murray County, Carter County, Johnston County, you are in the clear for now. Hopefully, it stays like that. But with the development that we have up north, if the cap slowly starts to break, we will see development down in our region within the next 1 to 2 hours. Right now, the biggest storm in play right now is the Kanawha storm that is north of Bing. That is the one that I've got my eyes watching very closely. Like I said a few minutes ago, it would not surprise me one bit if the National Weather Service does not pull the trigger on a tornado warning on that cell. Also, the storm near Byers looks like it's feeding into the storm near Asher. If that's the case, that storm may try to take over as a main cell, as a dominant cell, but time will tell. Okay, back to that Maysville storm. That storm is heading off towards Pauls Valley and Stratford, but it's going to take 2 to 3 hours before that cell makes it your direction. The storm is only moving at 10 miles an hour. So, not moving very fast, still trying to get organized. And let's see if they've updated maybe the time frame or anything on it. Still moving east at 10. It was located 5 miles south of Lindsay. Golf ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. All right, and back to the cell in Conawa. That hook is looking a little bit more impressive, in my opinion. But it also looks like it might be trying to kind of line out a little bit. It might be trying to merge with the cell that is over Byers, or near Byers rather, and Gwinnett. Another cell going up near Lamar, in between Lamar and Calvin. That is going to be pushing off to the east also very slowly. The storm near Stigler not looking as impressive as it did about 15 minutes ago. And like I said, that's mainly out of my viewing area. And then storms going up in far southeastern Oklahoma over the Oklahoma Arkansas border. That will be pushing off into Arkansas. Let's go and check Frederick's radar real quick. Excuse me. Still nothing bubbling, trying to bubble up in southwestern Oklahoma. So right now, still continues. The three biggest storms in play right now are the three that are lined up in Seminole, Pottawatomie, Cleveland, and Garvin County. Tornado watch in effect until 9 p.m. tonight. This does cover all of southern Oklahoma and southeastern Oklahoma. So if you live in McAllister, Wilburton, down to Hugo, Broken Bow, Idabel, Durant, Tish, Mill Creek, Ada, Sulphur, Davis, all the way back over to Duncan and Walters, you are covered under that tornado watch until 9 p.m. Those of you who are just tuning in, where you watching from? How's your day going? Hopefully, the rest of your day will stay dry. We won't have too much in the line of severe weather as far southern Oklahoma. But that's the reason why I'm live. I'm trying to uh, get people updated on what the weather conditions are like currently. Like I said, tornado watch until 9 p.m. tonight, and three heavy hitter storms right now in southern Oklahoma: Garvin County, Seminole County, Pottawatomie, and Cleveland County. All storms are moving off to the east northeast at 10 miles an hour. And let's zoom back into this Kanawha storm. It's still trying to get its act together. It's not looking as impressive as it has in the last few scans. And it could be just the fact that the other storms are taking its energy away, which hopefully that's the case. Hopefully it weakens and it don't go any higher than a severe thunderstorm warning. And let's take a look at this storm right here in Cleveland and Pottawatomie counties. It is moving northeast at 10 miles an hour. So let's see, Tribby and Trousdale. If you live in those locations, that storm will be impacting you here shortly, if not already. Tennis bowl size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds have been reported. This has been observed by storm spotters, the public, or emergency management officials. And it does say trained weather spotters did observe the conditions. So it is a considerable threat. Tennis bowl size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Trained weather spotters have, like I said, have seen the tennis ball size hail. And let's see here, locations, Conowall. Conowall, you are listed in that warning. Tornado watch remains in effect for the warned areas, and tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. So Conowall, you're right here. You're almost in the clear. This will be moving off toward the Saukwa area and up towards Holdenville eventually. Still looking at this cell that is coming into Maysville, just west of Pauls Valley. I'm going to look at velocity mode real quick. Still no major signs of rotations, even though it is trying to take that shape. There is a hook developing on the southwest side of that storm. So Antioch, you are right here, Highway 74. If you live on Highway 74, County Road East 1550, Wallville, keep an eye on this storm. This does have some huge hail. The brighter the colors, the larger the hail is indicated within the cell. White bead, this will be heading your direction. Pauls Valley, I would go ahead and start getting prepared for this storm. If you live in Pauls Valley, definitely be taking precautions because this storm will be coming through your area here very soon with, and it is also a considerable Gulf both sides hail 60-mile-per-hour winds rather, moving east at 10 miles an hour. Antioch and Maysville, Antioch, right here. You are just getting the leading edge of it. Maysville, you are as well. White Bead, you're next. Paoli. If you live from Paoli down to Pauls Valley, I would be watching this storm very closely in Garvin County. Wynnewood, it's going to track north of you unless it shifts southeast. Elmore City, you are in the clear. Like I said, unless it makes a major shift to the southeast or south, Wynnewood, Elmore City, Murray County, you're in the clear. But if you live in Pauls Valley, all the way up to Paoli, and then eventually over to Stratford, need to watch this cell closely. The hook is becoming more developed in that cell, and I will be watching this cell closely, but I'm also watching the cell in Conowall as well, or just west of or east of Conowall rather. So now there are four severe thunderstorm warnings out. A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Pottawatomie and McLean County until 3:30. That may be the same warning. Actually, no, moving east at 15 miles an hour. Asher, Winnett, and Byers. So Winnett, Asher, you're right here. You're already being impacted by the storm. Wall, you just had a major storm come over you. You will have another one coming over you here within the next little bit as well. As far as anything south of the cell in Garvin County, there is nothing to the south of it at this time. Everything is north of Highway 7. Pauls Valley, though, if I were you, I would be watching this storm out west very closely. It is getting its act together. It is on the back end of the other cells, which means it is not fighting for energy and it is in a area where the atmosphere is rich and unstable. So if you live in Maysville, Pauls Valley, I'd be watching the storm very closely. In fact, Maysville, you're already getting it right now. Not the worst end of it, but you are getting some of it. Pauls Valley, this is heading directly towards you. This is what you need to watch out for Pauls Valley. The southern end of the storm, the part that's got the hook on it, will move over Pauls Valley. Let me get a storm track put on that to give Pauls Valley an idea of when it's going to affect your area. One stretches all the way out to Ada, moving at 10 miles an hour. Pauls Valley, 4:40 p.m. Wynnewood, 5:02. Stratford, 6:10. Vanoss, 6:39. Roff, 6:52. Pickett, 7:12. Ada, 7:45. Bing at 7:53. Now, what I would be more concerned about here within the next little bit would be the Pauls Valley and Wynnewood area. It's 2:50 in the afternoon. Pauls Valley, like I said, it's going to impact you about 4:40 and 5 o'clock for Wynnewood. So there's still about a 2 to 3 hour time frame. Well, actually, yeah, about an hour and a half to 2 hours before the storms get closer to Pauls Valley and Wynnewood. That gives you plenty of time to get prepared, find out where your safe spots are, bathroom, lower parts of the house, basement, storm cellar, center part of the house away from glass, windows, etc. Watch out for the storm as this storm does move off to the east at about 10 miles an hour. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, real quick, everyone. I'm going to get me something to drink, real quick, and I will be back with more updates. I'm going to leave the radar up. I'm going to leave the radar up. That way you can see where the warnings are. I'll be back here in just a couple of moments. All right, everyone, I am back with you. Apparently, Garvin County Emergency Management has sent out an alert, or at least meteorologists have, from Pauls Valley, White Bee down to Wynnewood needs to watch out for this cell that is in Garvin County. It is growing in intensity, and you need to have a plan in place in case this does go tornado warned. It is intensifying. It is intensifying. The hook is there, and it is moving off to the east at about 10 miles an hour. We're watching this still up near the Kanawha area. Not looking as intense as far as rotation goes, or at least the hook. This is going to be southeast of Kanawha. And then the other cell that is moving towards Kanawha is also not looking as intense as it was. And I think that's mainly because of this first cell. And I'm almost pretty sure the severe warning will be dropped for Cleveland and Pottawatomie counties. That cell there is not near as intense as it was 30 minutes ago. Still watching the cell from Winnett down Highway 3 West and Highway 77. Winnett, Asher to Conowalt need to watch out for this storm. In fact, Winnett is already over you, fixing to be out of your area. Asher, the heavier part is fixing to come into your town here very soon. Conowal, you're going to catch the brunt of this cell as well as it moves off to the east. Actually, probably to the northeast. And it's moving east at 15. Conowal, you still need to watch out for that cell. Sasakwa, the heaviest part of that cell is going to be moving into your town here shortly. Holdenville, the worst of it is going to be south of you. This is going to be for the Atwood, Calvin area eventually. And we still continue with the supercell that is down in Garvin County. Maysville, Pauls Valley, White Bead need to watch this cell very closely. Antioch, the heavier section, is a part on top of you at this moment. Wynnewood, unless it takes a jog to the south, you will stay, or it will stay north of you. But Pauls Valley, for sure, you need to watch the storm. In fact, new severe thunderstorm warning now. This is going to be for Pauls Valley and Wynnewood. It is moving east at 15 miles an hour. Golf ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is a considerable threat. So if you live in Pauls Valley, Wynnewood, Maysville, Paoli, Antioch, Whitebead, this cell is heading towards you if it's not already on top of you. Very large hail, very damaging winds, plus a tornado watch until 9 p.m. tonight. Conditions are favorable for tornadoes. The further east these storms travel, the more intense they will get and a better environment to produce tornadoes. All right, so if you're just tuning into my channel. Severe thunderstorm warning for Garvin County. This does include Paoli, Pauls Valley, and Wynnewood. It is being watched for the potential to become tornadic. It is growing in intensity. As far as rotation goes, there is rotation with that cell. It is not very intense though. If anything, it is broad rotation right in through here just south of Wallville. That will be moving off towards Antioch. So, and also the brighter the colors, the larger the hail. So there are pockets of very large hail in this cell. Still nothing to the south of that storm. If you live in Murray County South, Stevens County South, Comanche County South, you're clear, nothing to worry about at the moment. That could change. Tornado watch until 9 p.m. The cap is now breaking and storms have went up. There's a boundary outline right here from Duncan all the way up to north of McAllister that are firing up these storms. So anything along that boundary could produce severe weather at any given time. But as of right now, south of the Pauls Valley Wynnewood area, there is nothing.